everyone, welcome back to Morphin Mania. It is, in fact, Morphin Mania time. I am Captain Logan.
And I am DJ.
DJ, we are one episode away from the reason I think I like the show. Gold Ranger is about to come up soon, and I'm very excited about it. I'm going to pull out my Gold Ranger staff and everything. It's going to be great. But before that happens, we got to watch the penultimate episode before that. It's Game of Honor, which sounds like Klingons in Power Rangers. I don't know what this is going to be about. Apparently, King Mondo attempts to rule the Earth's waterways by building a fleet of ships under an invisible field. That's what happens in this episode. I don't remember this at all. But this being in such close proximity to that episode with Sprocket's like toy monster that I saw a million times when I was a kid, this will probably come back to me pretty quick. I think this is the part of this series that I went back to a lot.
Oh, cool.
And like the first couple of episodes, and then I would skip to Gold Ranger. So like a lot of that earlier stuff I didn't remember very well at all, except for like the Tommy and Kat dating episode. That one I saw a lot for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's weird that you would, because I mean you had no control over it, obviously. It was just whatever they decided to play.
And I forget, well, you say that. I think we taped some of this though. I think I might have gone back to this on VHS tape. So this was a big bonding experience for my stepmom and I. I don't think I've brought that up before, but my stepmom Sharon and I watched Power Rangers together a lot, and she would tape a lot of it. So like we went back to the big episodes a lot. We went back to like Green with Evil a lot and stuff like that. But I think Zeo, that was the show we liked the most, and I think we taped a lot of it and went back to it. And she and I together called Jason as the Gold Ranger well before it happened. Have I told you about that?
Oh, wow. How did she know who Jason was? Had she gone back and watched some of the...
Because we watched from second season on together.
Okay.
And I say that more, I guess more third season, but like some of first and second and reruns, of course. But like where I got really hardcore into it was during third, and that was just as I was moving back in with my dad. And anyway, there's I brought this up before, and maybe I should save this, but there's it was really obvious in all of the promotional material that was building the Gold Ranger before we got to it, that it was Jason, because if you were familiar with his voice at all, his voice is in the commercials. You hear his high-eyeing, and you're like, wait, is Jason going to be the Gold Ranger? Surely not. So when they reveal him, Sharon and I just look at each other, we're like, yeah, that's what we thought.
Yeah, that's cool, though. Yeah, I didn't have that. I don't know if I watched this with any family members. It's kind of just my thing, so that's cool.
Yeah, and my dad and my stepmom either took it more seriously than you would think adults would, or they were putting that on a little bit for us. I'm not sure. I will say that independently for me, Sharon did keep up with Dino Thunder.
Wow, that's awesome.
Like in her 40s, she was watching Dino Thunder, and we would call each other and talk about it. It was fun. But anyway, we should jump into this. So real quick though, I did want to ask you, DJ, because I'm fuzzy on this. How much of this show have you seen?
Of Zeo?
Yeah.
Not much, especially growing up. I don't know if I saw any of this growing up, but I went back when Zeo, when Netflix got everything, like must be like 8 or 9 years ago now.
Oh my God. Yeah, I guess it has been that long.
So I went back when I was still living with my brothers and parents, and we watched some of this. We watched kind of up through, kind of skipped around, and that's when I saw the Red Ranger episode. I think I may have seen a list of some of the good episodes and kind of watched through them, because I didn't see all of this. So,
yeah, as an adult, anytime I've gone back to these, I've always skipped around too. I never watch all of it.
Yeah, but yeah, this is probably of the first 6. Wow, excluding Turbo, this is the one I've seen the least of.
Okay, yeah, because you said you hadn't seen all of it, and I was just trying to get a sense of how much of this was brand new to you, and you were watching completely blind.
I think I may have seen some of it as a kid, actually, but I was so young. I was in '97. I was 4, 5, so
it wouldn't necessarily stick with you, yeah.
But I did have the figures, like I said. I had the Warrior Wheel. I had the stuff, but I can't remember everything. And I had the Megazord. So yeah.
Yeah, and you still don't like that Megazord as much as I do, even though we both had it.
Well, I didn't have the full size one. I had the action figure size one.
Oh, that's right, because you didn't know what the helmets.
Yeah, he only had the red one. That's all I thought it was.
See, if you had helmets, you'd like it. It's the helmets that make all the difference. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. If you're watching live, as always, thanks a bunch for hanging out with us late at night watching some Power Rangers. Click on the link in the Rabbit Room, and that will take you directly to the Rabbit Room. That's where it goes, and you can see exactly what we're seeing as we're seeing it. What am I saying? If you're watching after the fact, get out your DVDs. Get out your DVDs or your Netflix. Get into episode 26, Game of Honor. And make sure that's the one you're watching. Timestamp 0. Get ready to press play when I say now. And here we go. I better hurry up and just press play. Everybody, please press play right now. Mopping up the floor. Going to the storm.
We're doing song parodies now too, not just episode titles.
I just can't help it, man. It's so easy. Breaking down the dorm.
It's a nice little Geekvolution trivia fact there at the beginning.
What's that?
Just hearing about how you had this show. Wow, I never noticed there's like steam coming out of the lightning bolt at the end. Yeah.
It's cool looking. They went kind of above and beyond. When you said that, I was like, well, that looks like steam too. So I didn't realize there was dry ice in this forest. Why are there foot soldiers?
Okay, running through the woods, and he does a side flip, and then ninjas appear. I'm sold. I'm on board.
Yeah, this is immediately more exciting than a lot of what we've been watching lately. Dare I say, this is more fun than Iron Fist.
Yeah, that was the one scene, not even a scene, that was the one like 5 seconds of that entire show that was cool, is when it showed the old Iron Fist like running through the woods and jump up and punch one guy one time. Do you remember that?
Yes. We should call this the one with the foot soldiers.
What the foot soldiers? I don't know.
Because it's foot soldiers. And immediately this feels just different, and it's got kind of a different atmosphere. And
man.
Oh, and we just ruined it. Okay.
Oh, it's the intro to Three Ninjas. Oh, I wish Eric was
that's sad.
This is how.
Wouldn't it be way cooler if he was actually fighting like real guys and they were scary? But then I was thinking, well, how could they be? Because this is still going to be related to Mondo somehow, right? Like we never do in this show anyway, like three-pronged, wars or anything.
Yeah, and there can't be evil actual humans. They have to be under a spell or robots. But no, that's how Three Ninjas starts. It's Grandpa comes home and they're three kids in ninja costumes attack him in the woods. It's great.
Or it just has to be like foes that they fight that are teenagers. They're in like a ninja competition, and then at the end they become friends. That's also that's the other thing that's like the closest to evil human beings you get. Yeah, he gets to be Captain Sprocket now because he's a man. He took his first step toward whatever it was, fighting the Power Rangers.
Failing. Like, he's like, now you failed with the best of us.
Yeah, twice.
Just like Master Vile.
Master Vile. Monster Vile.
Mr. Vile.
Mr. Vile.
Please, Mr. Vile was my father.
Man, why is it this season all the cool stuff with Adam always has to be fake? It's like he's having this dream, and all this cool stuff's happening in a dream, and it's a dream. And they always fight ninjas. They're just our main characters. They're just you brought up Last Jedi before, and
yeah, this looks great. This looks just like it.
Yeah, just like it.
Yeah, they shot it in that really exclusive island.
It's amazing they allowed them to shoot there. They got 30 minutes. Let's see what they do with it.
Oh, what a jerk. He's bringing his new girlfriend.
Sean's back.
Yeah, he's flaunting his new girlfriend in her face.
Okay, so he does suck as much as What's-Her-Face sucked. What was it? I can't think of her name right now.
Angela?
What was it? Angela. Right.
Okay, man, that bandana really ruins his whole outfit. He's got like this nice kung fu swords and this cool uniform, and he's got this 90s green bandana on his head.
I agree with you, but I want to get a closer look at the swords and see if they look as fake as I thought they looked. Verdict is out. They looked pretty fake to me from afar. I'm not sure.
Kung Fu swords are actually floppy like that.
Oh, are they? Okay.
That's how they use them.
I knew you were going to tell. I knew you were going to say that. And you'd be like, well, you see, Cap, they do look fake, but they should. If they were real swords, that would be stupid.
They actually do look more...
Adam has his own secret weapon. It's called samurai swords.
I like that he's actually wearing a Kung Fu uniform, too, not just like a regular karate crossover. He's got like the Kung Fu button-up.
Yeah. I realize that we're dealing with Kung Fu, and so maybe words like honor would come up, but it still feels too melodramatic for teenagers in high school. Like, integrity, sure, but when you're like, he's got a secret weapon, honor. It's like when a 16-year-old goes, you betrayed me. It's like, yeah, no, real people don't talk like that. Anytime I hear that, I immediately, even if you're in the right, I'm less sympathetic with you. If like a real life person is like, I was betrayed, I'm like, nope, sorry, I don't care anymore. Like, whatever happened to you, you deserved it. You said betrayed. No one talks like that.
Man,
like, even if somebody wronged you in some way, have you ever said that? Like, you betrayed me.
He's going to replace me halfway through Morphin Mania. He's going to replace me with someone else. I'm going to slander him all over the internet. I was betrayed.
I was betrayed. Thomas, the Gold Ranger episode is next. He might get introduced right at the end of this, but I don't think so.
Yeah, this seems like
it's coming back to me now. Now we have set up some stuff right at the end in some of these episodes, which has been a nice change of pace. But if memory serves, now that we're getting closer to it, it's starting to come back to me a little bit, DJ. I think the first glimpse of Gold Ranger we get is Pyramidas in the viewing globe.
Okay.
With that like rocking out guitar music, or it's like, and a Pyramidas. No. It's not actually lyrics like that, but I want to add them because it always has like, hardcore like electric guitar music. Why are Bulk and Skull constantly in disguise as leaves this season? And Bulk and Skull as leaves. Cinematographic says, I have that with Harry Osborn. He's referring to the whole betray thing. Yeah, I also have that with Harry Osborn.
Yeah, where he just turns into a cartoon character.
It's like, I have been betrayed! Like, you might as well come out and say that. That tangent that I went on has nothing to do with this episode. I just have to throw that out there.
I would love it if one of them said betrayed all of a sudden.
Oh, that would be
like Tanya's like, my ex-boyfriend betrayed me.
Tommy gets the, well, she might as well. She was like, he has a secret weapon. Honor. But it would have been like if Tommy, when he got the Dear John letter, he was like, Kimberly betrayed me.
Billy just pulled a Bilbo Baggins. He's like, it's quite simple, really. Just poof, turns invisible.
Wow. Let's call that unintentional foreshadowing for seasons later when Tommy goes invisible, and because that will be his power, and then he'll get stuck that way so that Jason David Frank doesn't have to be on set as much.
Oh my goodness! Did you see the his introduction in the latest episode or last season? I guess it was, where he came back and he was like the invisible and he was just beating everybody up, and then he's like, "Hey, I can turn invisible." Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, that was terrible.
And why would he still have that? I mean, I guess if that's the Ranger he's turning into, okay, but
it was just weird. It was like they were justifying that whole terrible choice in that season where he just couldn't be there, and he was like, "Yeah, the Brachio Ranger can turn invisible."
I'm having flashbacks to the cages in season 3 Lost right now.
This does look like the season 3 Lost. I know you hated that so much. I don't remember hating that so much, but I didn't watch it as it was
so long. It just feels like nothing's happening. Every time we cut back to, and a lot of it too is I got really sick of Kate and Sawyer. And I just had to put up with so much Kate and Sawyer together that whole time. It was just like, stop talking.
Yeah, it's not as bad as Jack in season 6.
No, it's not.
Jack.
But I'm speaking linearly, and before we got to 6, but at least 6 is mercifully shorter. I mean, like that was all on the network. That was all ABC's fault. Like they forced them to have that many episodes and to have that many seasons, and they wanted to do it shorter. And if it had been, 10 years later in a binge show on Netflix or Hulu or something, it probably would have been tighter and had a more satisfying ending.
Yeah, I haven't gone back to that in a while. I watched it through once, and then I watched it through again with my dad, but I only made it to 5, and I couldn't do 6 again.
Yeah, Eric and I always make fun of that show and talk about how there aren't really fans of that anymore, but I do return to it some.
I mean, the first John Locke episode is one of my favorite.
That's one of the greatest hours of television
ever,
in history. Yeah, it's wonderful. But I don't care what anybody says. I love the fast forwards in 4. I really do. They're really fun.
Yeah. I mean, that was a great way to mix up the formula. I didn't like season 4 just because of the
season. I don't understand why. Like, yes, the giant time travel pendulum is dumb. Okay, I will give you that. But
I wasn't a fan of the new characters. I know you like Miles, I think, but the Charlotte girl drove me
nuts. I like the scientist guy.
Yeah. What's his name? Faraday.
Yeah, I like Faraday.
Yeah.
And I like Lapidus. How do you not like Lapidus?
I was talking about the big 3, but yeah, he's cool.
Well, yeah, but he was new. I mean, I guess he was introduced a little bit before that, but
yeah.
I love Lapidus. He's great.
Lapidus. He survived.
Lapidus!
But he's the only pilot.
Lapidus. Oh, you've seen that too, have you? Okay, so what's going on in this?
Who knows? Billy's invisible.
I never have anybody to talk about Lost with because it has become very irrelevant and nobody, even people that know it, don't know it anymore. I'll be like, they're like, yeah, I was a big Lost person. I don't remember anything about that anymore.
Yeah, it stuck with me. I mean, I was at a very impressionable time when I saw it. I was fresh out of high school, and it was.
Whoa! Why do we never do this?
Well, they just.
That's against your code. You can't do that.
But was it just a scanning ray or something?
No, they're shutting stuff down. They just shut down like a grid. I mean, I guess they're not like blowing up the compound, so there's that. But I would think it seems like Zordon is about only direct retaliation. I would think that Zordon would go as far, DJ, as saying like, we can't do anything to their base unless their base does something to our base.
Wow, that's she just poured water on that one and it died. That's a huge flaw in the cogs.
That's a pretty big flaw in the design, especially when now it's not as bad as if you hit the Z, they explode. It's not quite that bad, but you can't pretend like the Machine Empire is that much more powerful than Zed and that.
Yeah. Oh, this is a different song. See you.
I know. Yeah, it's great. See you. So I know that a lot of monsters are very, very silly looking, but this one I'm having a harder time taking seriously even than normal because he looks like he should be on a cereal box.
He looks like it should be like the Long John Silver's mascot or something.
Yeah, or a cereal mascot. He also looks like Captain Crunch.
And he sounds great.
It's a Captain Crunch monster. Yeah, I like his voice. He's great. That is also an appropriate voice for that monster.
Yeah, the voice acting is on point this season.
Except for when it's not.
Except for the cogs.
Because you remember that? All right, leave me alone. but you remember that? You remember that one that we had to deal with for like 2 whole episodes that had that weird high-pitched voice? And I forget what the design of the monster was, but it didn't fit at all. It's kind of a scary looking monster, but it had like this like real weird high-pitched cartoony voice. It's all running together again.
Oh, yeah.
You just keep punching him.
Man, did Hulkbuster and did Tony copy that thing? Because that looks exactly like the fist that keeps punching.
Dude, I thought that immediately when I saw Civil War. Yeah. Or was it
Ultron?
Age of Ultron? Yeah. I also thought that. Okay, so the constant punching thing, I just have to point out, did not make sense in that fight. Because it's just doing this, right? And then do a close-up on it, it's like, you're like, no, you're not doing that. You're doing this. But then you show this? I don't understand that.
Might have just been edited weird.
Yeah, because they basically showed that, where like, except without, the firepower. But like, that's all the toy did. The toy just does this. Like, I think the arms are stuck here, like T-Rex arms, and it just does this.
So basically, is a Rock'em Sock'em robot.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
They should.
No, Jeff was right when he said that. Who will be defeated by my new little man?
Man, would you have loved it if
he's a man now? If
we didn't release that Fighting Edition Super NES game until Zeo had come out and we got some Zeozords?
Oh yeah, that would have been great. Or what they should have done is updated it every now and again. They could have gotten away with putting that game out 2 or 3 times, I think.
Yeah.
And just been like, Power Rangers, Fighting Zeo Edition or whatever. It was always dumb that it was called Edition, because that makes it sound like the same game. But we did that with a few things in that era. Like Jurassic Park did it too. There was a game that was called something like Jurassic Park Rampage Edition or something. It was a completely different game from the other Jurassic Park games. But Edition sounds like it should be the same game again, but better.
I thought you were going to say there was a Jurassic Park Fighting Edition where you were just like fighting dinosaurs with like...
Dude, if that existed, I would be playing it right now and not talking to you.
Just fighting.
No, that would be amazing.
Oh, what is he about to beat up her ex-boyfriend? Comeuppance, they call that.
Wait, oh no, she's been betrayed!
What did he have that he was going to win with? Like a knife? I missed that.
I missed that too.
He's like, I'm not going to use that.
Like, I'm not going to use a good luck charm. I'm going to win with honor and my wits and stuff. Charm? It's my whole plan.
Tommy, those sunglasses are not doing you any favors.
Say that again. What was not doing Tommy any favors?
His sunglasses.
I love how Tommy is not in the know about how not cool he looks a lot of the time. Where he's like,
I think it might just be like a time period thing. I don't know. Maybe it was cool at the time. See this thing?
Yeah, maybe like when he was doing the disco thing, and like everybody turns and looks at him like, no, that's not cool. He's just like, ah! And I'm like, no, just zero of that. Hey, look, everybody, it's Eric.
Hi, everybody. We're in Zeo now, right?
We are hip deep in Zeo.
Well done.
And you have arrived just in time, sir, for this. You've arrived just in time. The very next episode introduces Gold Ranger. We're so excited.
It's another example of the Karate Kid effect, I like to call it, where no one fights without pads. Nobody spars without pads at tournaments. Why do we always do that in movies where they're just like hitting each other with their shins and
because it's cooler.
Any pads.
And I thought white flags meant surrender. Like, what was that?
I want them to have pads even in like real serious like fight to the death things like Mortal Kombat and like Enter the Dragon. We're actually seeing like some martial arts for a little bit.
Yeah, Adam's been training for this tournament the whole episode.
It opened with what we thought was him fighting like foot soldier looking ninjas, and then it turned out just to be the Power Rangers wearing ninja gear so they could train him. But it was really cool for like 2 minutes.
And they hit their faces so that he wouldn't show weakness because he was fighting his friends.
Right, because he was fighting DJ with honor. How has nobody brought up Gung Ho this episode? How come that didn't come back?
That guy's just chilling out in the chair. He's not even standing up. He's not into this. That's on the beach. I'm going to get some tan in.
Adam Park.
How did they get this? Is this arena just always there, or do they have to build this on the beach for this special tournament? Is it just a mat?
I mean, it's
they
just
put
a
on
mat.
top of the
Yeah, I think
sand?
they just threw a mat down.
I don't know if you've ever been to sand, but sand's not like real good about staying like off the edges of things. Like moving around that much?
No, I am questioning the setting. Absolutely.
Isn't there a
Was he
Mortal
a
Kombat
mean-
scene
was he a
where they're
mean
on the
person?
beach?
Yeah, and he has been before. He is the Angela of this season, except he doesn't suck as much as her because he keeps sort of redeeming himself.
Mortal Kombat does have a fight on the beach, but it's a fight on the beach. They don't put like a mat down or anything.
Yeah.
They fight on the beach. And that dude, when he's fighting Liu Kang, like goes down, like he comes up, he's got sand all over his face. Mortal Kombat's all about that realistic fighting.
It's my favorite alcoholic beverage, fight on the beach.
Yeah, super realistic where Liu Kang just throws a bucket at Sub-Zero and he impales him.
That's what you would do if somebody was using ice powers.
So yeah, Bulk and Skull have been dressing like trees way too much lately. They're just constantly being trees.
There's some ninja stuff.
They are the set.
The ninja stuff was really cool. Like we were like, oh, this is what Iron Fist should have looked like, and then it was the Power Rangers.
Yeah, it opened like the beginning of Three Ninjas where they just attack him in ninja suits when he comes home.
Oh, nice.
Okay, folks, time for one more for this show, and then we'll be shooting one more set a little bit later on. The Power of Gold. This is the big episode that starts the reason when I was a kid I cared about the show.
Have you gone back to these episodes?
Yeah,
okay.
I have.
So you're sure they don't suck?
I mean, like for this show, no.
Okay.
Like there's a lot of fun stuff to be had with this, and like. I always like the idea of Trey. I always like the triplet of personalities idea and stuff.
Rangers
like
kind of falls apart.
It does. And I did go to back to that more recently, but it was even worse watching it here. So no, and I have been DJ will tell you I've been trepidatious all this whole time, being like, I think I still love this show, but we'll see. And I have been redeemed in some places where I'm like, oh, they've been doing things that are like dangerously close to character work and to actual character arcs and things. There've been a couple of good things, especially Bulk and Skull. There've been a couple of really nice Bulk and Skull episodes. Do you remember the episode where
I've never seen Zeo?
Have you never seen any of Zeo?
Like I've seen bits and pieces.
Because there's an episode where we find out that Skull is like a master pianist.
Oh. And
he's been pretending like he's not because he doesn't want to get made fun of. And it's kind of heartwarming, like the end of that. It's great.
That seems like a thing that they would play with in Go-Go.
Yes.
If they watched far enough.
And I feel like Zeo has inspired some of Skull's characterization in that comic. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and I didn't know that you weren't familiar with the show. Well, I can't wait for you to see the Gold Ranger stuff then.
Like I've seen some of it, but like when I was a kid, like when it was on TV kind of thing.
Yeah, but you've never gone back to it.
I've never gone back to it.
Sweet.
I don't care about Power Rangers before in space. Sorry.
Well, then that's fine. Look, you don't have to be here, okay? But we need this value. We don't need you. Whatever.
I don't care about it until it gets good.
Yeah, I don't even disagree with you, okay? It's Power Rangers. We all have the nostalgia. I don't even disagree with you. Anyway,
let him have his thing. Don't do what you did to Alien Rangers for him.
No, it's fine. You can. I don't care. I already have my Gold Ranger staff. I'm not gonna have it ruined and be like, do I even want that anymore? Like, it's not gonna happen. Okay,
you just break it like the Riddler staff.
The one thing I'm not gonna do is try to push buttons with it. I'm not gonna do that.
You break the keyboard before you break the staff.
Well, yeah, but remember, like I pushed a button with it, and then I was like, and then I broke it, like on my knee or something.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna do that. I think it's more durable than that. It's like it's die cast and stuff. But not all of it. It does have plastic.
Go watch the last episode of Morphin Mania. Go to the very end, and you'll see Cap just on camera accidentally break his Riddler staff and then get really sad.
There is a face. I'm surprised somebody's made a gif of that yet. There's a face. All right, here we go, guys. Episode 27 of Zeo, Power of Gold. I'm so excited. It might not even be justified, but I don't care. Here we go. Everybody, please press play right now.
I believe someone can correct me or just do like a small Wikipedia search. I'm pretty sure Gold Ranger is like the White Ranger in the Sentai. He is a child. I believe.
Is that right?
I believe.
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah.
Why did we keep doing that so much with the Sentai? Or like the badass characters were always children.
Because it's for kids.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually not called the Gold Ranger. It makes more sense because he's called the King Ranger.
Yeah, because that's the symbol for king.
That does
Because
make
he's
more
not
sense.
really gold. He's like a Black Ranger.
He's got gold.
They
in
all have
him?
gold. Is
So
that the
this
Gold
is
Ranger?
going to be
Is that the Gold
a-
Ranger?
But they don't have as much gold. And they don't have a staff that has a lot of gold in it. But anyway, so am I just gonna have to argue with you guys this whole time and try to justify why this character is even?
The mouths are interesting.
Yeah.
Because they're not gray. Is this the first time we have mouths that aren't gray?
I think so. Yeah,
They look interesting.
I like them.
I don't immediately dislike them. They're interesting.
If memory serves, the opening of this episode is going to have a really long cog fight between these two locations. Well, it's probably Bulk or Skull, given that it's a bush and they keep dressing up as bushes.
I'm not allowed to do anything, so all I can do is sit at this computer.
Well, he's been inventing stuff and bringing his knowledge from his week-long trip to Aquitar.
So,
They give him a send-off episode where you don't think he's going to come back, and then like 4 episodes later, he's back from Aquitar, and then he acts like he's been there for years.
so you know that maybe time moves differently there. You know that thing.
Sure.
You know that thing in Galaxy Quest that makes fun of the thing in Star Trek and like everything science fiction, where like the girl just like repeats what the computer says.
Mhm.
So I figured out how to fix that and make it real. Because I went on a long trip and I was the navigator, and my job was to say things before the GPS said them, just to give like even earlier warning. That's how you fix that. You say it ahead of time.
Okay, but then you just turn off the computer voice because it's pointless. Just don't have it.
Well, no, it's just an extra reminder or reconfirmation.
But then it makes the computer sound like it has the dumb job. The computer goes, I have one dumb job.
Yep,
It's stupid, but I'm gonna do it.
You gotta keep that human element.
So, Eric, one thing I've been talking about a lot this season is how reflective the helmets are. They do some really nice shots of like fire and stuff, just like bouncing off the helmets because there's so much black in them.
I like that the command center has the suits in the background.
Yep.
I think that stays in Turbo.
Well, Turbo uses the same set.
Yeah, power chamber.
I feel like in Turbo, I remember there being like pillars of the colors. Like, because
Yes,
that should be the Turbo thing.
No, you're right. They do that. If memory serves, yeah.
But I don't know if that replaces the old suits. See, the tension is just deflated in the show because I know that these powers aren't as strong as cars.
Well, it's already been deflated in the show itself because we've already had a power source that is as powerful or more powerful than the Zeo crystal.
Really?
Yeah.
There's an
arrowhead that Tommy's brother has that Mondo refers to as the ultimate power, and he's trying to get his hands on it. And I'm like, but they had the ultimate power. What's that about? Although all we see it do is be a GPS and put things in bubbles and throw them.
Have we seen any like power surges or like a ranger loses their power or something like that with the ultimate power? Okay, that's good.
No, all it did was make power surges happen in the juice bar.
It doesn't. It doesn't run. They don't like run low on batteries on the ultimate power in the universe. That's
it just messes up the juice bar.
Arms are crazy.
Yep, I remember this guy. Yeah, he's got nutso arms. They're like way too long, and they're like farther down on a person's body than normal.
I'm not sure that this is a thing that we've brought up before, at least not while I was here. But in the Sentai, and I assume in the American version as well, most shows have like 1 or 2 suit actors for the monsters. It's like most of the monsters are the same guys, just coming up with like different movements and that kind of a thing.
Cool.
I think that's interesting.
Yeah,
because you don't think of them like it's not like they're all doing the same thing. It's a different kind of acting. It's still acting.
So you don't. I got to challenge you on this. You don't feel like there's enough gold on this suit to call him the Gold Ranger?
Pogs.
Oh, that's right. But
we
like,
talked about it.
He's got a lot more gold than the other ones do. You know what I mean? Like he's got this whole midsection thing and everything. Like, yes, he's got a solid black color, but he's got more gold than everybody else has.
But he's got about as much gold as the Green Ranger had, and he was just wearing a shield.
No, because he's got the strappy bits down there. Green Ranger should have strappy bits. Extra strappy bits makes him more gold.
It makes him more gold, and he has a weapon that's got a lot of gold on it.
Hey,
here it comes.
He could have been called like the Alien Ranger.
No, he couldn't
or the
have.
Extraterrestrial Ranger.
Yeah, and then Zordon would have been like the extraterrestrial. He's like, you are an extraterrestrial.
Or
Stop
the Space Ranger.
No, because then we're gonna have a space show.
We don't know that yet. Is he Scottish?
Yes.
Yep.
Space Scottish?
Yep. Yeah, and he's got Orbis, and he throws Orbis, and that's what makes the monsters grow.
Yep. He goes around and around and around.
Around we go! Mr. Roboto put in his $2 super chat and says, you notice the movie Ranger suits are shinier than the show. Yep, that's true. They are shinier. There are action figures that make you wonder, though, if they're based on the show or the movie, because sometimes the Legacy Rangers get more shiny.
You know what always drove me crazy as a kid? That the toys had their symbols on their chest.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have that, but I think they do in the movie.
They do in the movie.
They do in the movie.
Yeah.
Was that trying to be more toy accurate?
I think it was trying to just have some kind of difference from what they look like at the beginning to what they look like when they get the ninja suits, because then the coins change.
Although I was looking at the some of those old photos with the different Dulcia.
Yeah.
That's Fuchik.
And the ninja suits, when they shot that the first time, didn't have the coins on their chests.
Oh, interesting.
And there was a blue elephant in the background.
Just send out Sprocket. He's a man now.
Marissa Hargitay was the original Dulcia.
Look, DJ, I was right. This is how we introduced Gold Ranger.
Have we met Pyramidas, and does he turn into a robot?
Well, Pyramidas is Gold Ranger's Zord.
Oh.
So he
comes,
that's
unfortunate.
He comes to he comes to Earth but Pyramidas is a spaceship before it's a Zord. And so he rides it, and then he comes to Earth in Pyramidas in a spaceship, and then it becomes Carrier Zord.
Okay, so the cool 6th Ranger has a Carrier Zord?
Yep.
Okay.
But it looks very epic because of what it does to the sky.
Okay.
We're not to the days of the Q-Rex yet. He doesn't get a cool Zord. Well, Dragon Zord was the cool Zord.
Yeah, we start with Dragon Zord. and the White Ranger Zord can the what's the tiger name? I can't think of it. That one.
White Tiger? What are we talking about?
Oh, is Saba not also the Zord?
Huh. That's just White Tiger Zord.
Okay, so White Tiger.
And when he morphs, he just has White Tiger. Like.
Yeah. White Tiger Zord can also turn like a battle mode. Like that's also a cool.
Yep.
The Hawk not as much.
But in my defense, I'm like DJ. I'm not in these shows as much for the monster fights. Like I mean, for the Megazord fights. Like that's not my thing. So it was never a big deal to me that because like all the cool stuff that Gold Ranger does is on the ground. Like he's got like a super speed thing where like zip past real fast and knock things over, and he's got his cool staff, which is still my favorite thing ever and why I had to get one. And yeah, I don't know, like, but then it feels more epic when Pyramida shows up. But it does just kind of shoot a big beam and then the monster blows up.
Wait, Azio Crystal? Are there more?
It's weird. They're really shards that come together to make the Zeo Crystal, but they don't always talk about it.
And they don't have
like
all
that.
Of them yet?
No, they do. They have all.
Then what are they looking for now?
It says they confirmed a Zeo Crystal. Oh, I guess that's because the Gold Ranger has to also have Zeo power. So he probably has a Zeo Crystal.
But that doesn't match at all with Season 3, where we act like the Zeo Crystal is a single entity. Yeah, it makes no sense. I mean item, not entity. But yeah, that's dumb. But I guess that's their like kind of lazy way to explain why the suit looks similar. Because it should be. What's funny is it should be like White Ranger, where it doesn't look anything at all like the rest of them. And if they had just done it that way, then they wouldn't have to make it the same power source. Well, it should not be the same power source.
What's funny is the Sentai it shouldn't look like them, because the Sentai Riki, the Gold Ranger, is like a warrior from like 6 million years ago, or 600 million years ago, and he just shows up and like helps them, and they're like an Air Force team.
That doesn't make sense there either.
That's what I'm saying.
Even though it is still like very clearly one of those suits, just made to look all cool and Six Ranger and badass and stuff, like, because that's not a geometric shape.
So,
but it is numbered.
Yeah,
yes,
it is still six
because it's 6, and that's why it's like that. Because there's not a. I mean, I guess there are shapes you could have used, but
Not cool shapes.
Not cool shapes.
So in the
That's just
Sentai,
and then this is what makes it look more Egyptian-like than anything else, I think.
And the pyramid.
the
Well, yes, I know. I'm just saying, like on the costume,
Yeah.
like that he carries that around, and it.
Well, I
looks more
guess
Egyptian.
even that vest is Egyptian pharaoh-y.
Yeah, that's right. And because it's curved.
It is all Egyptian-y.
It's Egyptian-y, yeah. This
That's
cog
cool.
fight has been going on since I was born.
Yeah, why are these cogs so powerful?
Pour water on them. We found out last episode, Eric,
Are
that
they
water
super cogs?
is their Z,
Oh.
but we don't just come in with a big bucket of water. That's what we should do.
Find him in the water park. We know this one around.
That was in the past. It closed.
Oh, okay.
Just invite the Equitians, and then you're done.
People
They
are
don't
going to
have
take their
water.
kids to
That's
the
the
water park.
problem.
Water park's dangerous enough without monsters attacking.
Be like, okay, Aquatarian Rangers, we need your help again, and bring water guns. Bring lots of super soakers.
Do you think it's the same water park from Always Sunny that also probably closed after they left?
I can't even say anything because we're on Geek Collision.
Yeah.
Do you think that would be any less dramatic if it wasn't in slow motion?
Probably.
He's got a fun voice.
Oh man,
I have definitely seen this episode way too many times.
getting goosebumps over
Oh,
there.
man.
Yeah.
So somebody colored on the
Here it comes. It's my favorite. Hold on. Because this song is insane.
What in
Have
the
you ever
world?
listened to this?
No. Did he just say "What's up"?
No, but it kind of sounded like that. Yeah. So
It's the '90s. I didn't know.
the lyrics of the Gold Ranger song are quick as lightning, strong as steel. Watch out, danger! He's for real. But we're not getting the verses yet. Here it goes. Here it comes. You know when lightning strikes, it's Gold Ranger.
Is he lightning based?
Yes, because the pyramid shoots lightning.
Oh, okay. And I guess he's fast.
Yes.
Like the Flash.
And he shoots lightning out of his staff.
That's true. That's a really annoying move in the game.
Yes, it's obnoxious.
Do you have him yet?
No. But I hope that he ends up being in the console fighter.
Yeah.
And this song has an amazing music video. I have to show it to you at some point. It's hilarious. This was written by some band. This is not a Wasserman tune.
Oh, really?
It sounds Wasserman-like. It could have been. And honestly, it's better than some of Wasserman's music this season. He's got a couple of duds. But this is not a Wasserman tune at all.
I wonder what caused that, because he's not gone yet.
Huh. No, I don't know why they brought somebody else in. Maybe they thought that band would be big. They weren't.
I've almost never seen a band that does music work for a kid show be big.
If they start there,
Like there's a band in an episode of the OC that they treat like it's this huge band. The only other thing I've ever heard from them is that they did the theme song for Iron Man Armored Adventures. And I feel like if they did Iron Man Armored Adventures, they're not a big band.
I mean, Buffy had some cult bands.
But they're in the background. They're not doing music for Buffy.
That's true.
It's also not a kid show.
Monster looks like a Lightspeed rescue monster. Looks like a demon.
He does.
So I had the Gold Ranger toy. I played with it with my siblings. We had all the weapons from Mighty Morphin, and it was the one you couldn't pad, like the sword and even the bow and arrow. I guess it didn't have an arrow, but even the bow and everything, like they all had padding on them. This, I mean, like this is the big adult version, but like it still was like this. It wasn't die cast; it was plastic, but it was hard plastic. If you hit somebody with that, it hurt.
You're the small one.
And it was, yeah, I've still got it.
One, yeah.
Yeah, I don't
You got
have
the vintage.
Yeah, I don't have. I lost my old one, but I got to rebuy it back. Yeah. But yeah, we would play with that, and we would hurt each other with that. It was painful.
immediately. Or you better.
DJ, you cut out on us. What was that?
Nothing.
I think we've lost DJ
I'm
for a
not frozen.
second.
I can
Are you
talk.
there?
I'm here. Hello.
Yep.
Okay. So do we not get Pyramidas in this one?
Oh no, he'll be here. We gotta let the Power Rangers think it's still their show for a minute.
Oh, that Zeozord's a little chunky in the front. I guess it's because of that big lion, but like it looks like he's having trouble moving smoothly. There's so much weight up in the front area.
If memory serves, DJ, I think what we do with this is we have to have them fight it and then think that they're on the ropes and then have Gold Ranger come in and
Grunting.
yeah. But he could just
Oh, if only I could do something.
he could just get in
wait!
his spaceship and help. Yeah. I also don't know why he really has to bring his spaceship down. Like, why can't he just fire from orbit?
Well, we just have to build him. We just have to do like they try everything and they can't beat him, and then shows how much stronger he is.
I remember being confused by this as a
And
child.
even with the Red Battle Sword, I forgot they brought him in.
I remember as a child being confused, like, well, but if he has that sword, like, what's in the Megazord?
It's the he has two Zords. He has basically.
So I remember that
Megazord,
being
but-
confusing. Not having watched much of it, but I remember like him showing up. I was like, okay, so that's the Red Ranger Zord. What's in the Megazord?
I mean, that's only confusing if you come in late because like he's got his Phoenix. That he's the wings in the back.
Oh man, I kicked him out. Has that happened since Green Ranger?
I can't remember. Yeah, I think it has a couple of times.
Yeah. No one's ever gone into the Megazord though, like Green Ranger. That was cool.
I guess it's because they don't have seatbelts.
It just seems like they're throwing him through the Megazord. Like they don't open a door or anything. They just fall down.
This is very early 90s, late 80s Super Sentai. Like what to do with the sky?
Yep. And when I was a kid, that just seemed really epic. Like it always gets darker than pitch
When on the ground, it's just overcast.
when it shows up. Yes, that's right.
I'm gonna drive into you. I like that screen.
Yep, it's cool, and he's got a good cockpit.
Yeah, he has a really good cockpit.
But see, this is why I like Pyramidas. Like, it looks really cool. Like, it just drives around, but
Skybeam.
there's never a fight with Pyramidas. If you go up against that, you're just dead. Nobody ever punches Pyramidas.
Well, how can you?
But yeah, it basically just becomes the Ultra Zord later, if memory serves. And then the Rangers are like, why didn't you just do that in the first place?
This is cool. This is like a Magna Defender shot.
And now he's gone. Like lightning.
Watch out, Danger. He's for real. Ranger!
So in the Sentai, Mondo has like a Krang thing going on. Like that's the last of their species, and the Gold Ranger is the one who like helped destroy his whole race. So that's why.
Of course, it's got to be that much more interesting than that. God bless America. I hate that.
I keep telling him things, and he keeps getting mad at me.
I thought there's a streaming service that's as much as the Sentais.
Okay,
Wait.
so this is dumb. This will make no sense at all. We're trying to make the audience think that Billy is Gold Ranger, but we introduced it from space. So the pyramid was flying through space, like from somewhere else. It was coming here.
But it could have been coming on its own. We don't see the Gold Ranger inside of it. It could have come to Earth and then he gets the powers. Yes?
But that fast? Like it would just be really super weird and contrived that like that spaceship shows up and then suddenly Billy has powers.
But he
and
was doing
is-
stuff on the console. Maybe they were summoning it. Zordon also did the White Ranger in secret. He could be like, all right, Billy, for some reason you can't tell anyone.
That's true. It's weird. They never ask questions, right? Like, why don't they ask Zordon? Like, do you know anything about that ship? Is it from somewhere?
That would be cool because Billy was actually the one that found out about the White Ranger. Remember that episode?
Yes.
The one thing I know, Rangers, is that it's an alien. Not like you and me, right?
So there's our introduction to Gold Ranger. Spoiler alert, it's not Billy. And then they try to make you think that it's Billy. At least it's like, yeah, I mean, and what's weird is Jason will be a reveal, but not the same way. It's not Jason the whole time. So the reveal is it's somebody we've never heard of before. And then we'll make it someone that we know. It's weird, but at least it's not like the White Ranger where there was no mystery at all. We're like, of course that's who it was going to be. And nobody's going to faint, so that's good too. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Next time, we're going to be tackling a small problem. We're going to have a small problem and a season to remember. In 20 minutes, we're going to have a whole season to remember. We're going to do that in just a few minutes if you're watching us live and want to come back and watch some more Power Rangers with us. And everybody else, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow. I was Captain Logan, and here is Eric.
I'm Eric.
For a bit, and there's DJ.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching, guys.